If you are over 50, I need your absolute full attention right now. Stop what you're doing. Put away the distractions. Because what I'm about to share is critically important for your future health. You see, there's a quiet process happening inside your body as you age. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. Most people don't even notice it until it's far, far too late. It's the subtle shift in your cellular defenses. Your body's internal security system becomes a little less vigilant. And here's the urgent truth. By the time you actually feel symptoms, by the time your body finally screams for attention, the underlying problem may have been growing silently for years. Many doctors caught in the cycle of treating illness simply don't have the time to explain this. They don't teach you how to build a powerful defense system against the diseases that threaten to steal your independence after 50, but you deserve to know. I'm Dr. William Carter, and for over 25 years, I've dedicated my work to understanding the aging process at a cellular level. My focus isn't just on treating disease, but on empowering people like you to live vibrant, disease-free lives well into your later years. I've reviewed countless studies, worked with patients across the country, and observed firsthand how simple daily habits can dramatically shift your health trajectory. Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest fears, cancer. But we're not going to talk about it from a place of fear. We're going to talk about it from a place of control. I'm going to reveal 5 specific daily habits that act like a dimmer switch for your body's anti-cancer defenses, strengthening them from the inside out. We're counting them down from number 5 all the way to number 1. And trust me, you'll want to stay for number 1, because it's a habit nearly every adult over 60 thinks they're already doing correctly. But research suggests most are doing it in a way that undermines their protection. The good news? A simple adjustment could profoundly impact your long-term health. Do not skip ahead. Now, before we dive into the powerful insights, I want to hear from you. Please take a moment to comment below with your age and where you're watching from. Are you in California, Texas, the UK, Australia? I read every single one of your comments, and honestly, tell me, has any doctor ever truly sat down with you to discuss proactive cancer prevention strategies beyond just screenings? Your answers help shape the future of this channel. All right, let's get started. Coming in at number 5, we have a habit so simple, so fundamental that many people completely dismiss it. And that dismissal, I believe, is contributing to the quiet decline many seniors experience. I'm talking about targeted morning hydration. You might think, hydration? Dr. Carter, I drink coffee all morning. But here's the critical shift after 50. Your body's internal thirst signals become less reliable. That crisp, clear urge to drink often fades even when your body is running on empty. A study out of Spain found that many adults over 60 are often in a state of chronic, mild dehydration without ever feeling thirsty. And this isn't just about feeling parched. This is about cellular efficiency. Think of your body like a complex plumbing system. Your blood circulation pushes nutrients in, but you also have a separate system, the lymphatic system, that acts like the waste disposal and drainage network. It collects cellular waste, inflammatory byproducts, and helps transport immune cells. It's your body's internal cleanup crew. But unlike your blood, which is pumped by your heart, your lymphatic fluid doesn't have a pump. It relies on your movement and, critically, on adequate fluid levels. When you're consistently dehydrated, even mildly, that cleanup crew slows down. It's like a traffic jam building up in your arteries. Waste accumulates. Inflammation quietly rises. And here's where it becomes serious. A body constantly fighting low-grade inflammation is an environment where abnormal cells find it easier to take root. Harvard researchers in the Nurses' Health Study observed that women who consistently drank more than 5 glasses of water daily showed a significantly lower risk of certain cancers compared to those who drank less. Not just because of water, but because water helps maintain resilience. So what's the simple fix? It's not about chugging gallons all day. It's about consistency and timing. Keep a glass of water on your nightstand. About 16 to 20 ounces. The moment your feet touch the floor, drink it, all of it. Before coffee, before food, before anything else. This rehydrates your body after hours of sleep, kickstarts your lymphatic system, and primes your metabolism for the day. Here's your bonus tip for number 5. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon to that morning water. Not only does it taste refreshing, but lemon contains compounds like D-limonene, which some studies suggest have additional cellular protective properties. And for an extra boost, pair your morning water with just 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement. A walk around the house, some simple stretches. This helps manually activate that lymphatic flow, further enhancing your body's cleanup mission. That's number 5, the foundation. But what you put into your body through food can be even more profound, which brings us to number 4. Number 4 is a food category that has been eaten for millennia in some of the world's longest living communities. Yet it's often overlooked in modern diets. I'm talking about fermented foods. You might be thinking, fermented foods? Why are those important for cancer prevention after 50? Here's why: your gut. It's not just where you digest food. It's home to trillions of bacteria, your gut microbiome, which acts as a powerful immune trainer and inflammation regulator. As we age, the diversity and health of this microbiome can decline. Stress, medications, and a standard Western diet can contribute to this. When your gut microbiome is out of balance, it can lead to increased inflammation throughout your body. And this internal inflammation, like a slow-burning fire, can create an environment that's less protective against cellular abnormalities. Research from prestigious institutions like Stanford University has highlighted this. How diets rich in fermented foods can significantly enhance gut microbiome diversity and reduce markers of inflammation. They found this can positively impact everything, from metabolic health to immune response. I had a patient, Martha, a wonderful 68-year-old from the Midwest. She'd always eaten what she considered a healthy diet, lots of fruits and vegetables, but she was struggling with chronic fatigue and stubborn digestive issues. Her inflammatory markers were consistently elevated, and she had a family history of colon cancer. We looked at her diet. Plenty of fiber, but almost no naturally fermented foods. We simply added a small serving of plain kefir in the morning and a side of traditional sauerkraut with her lunch. Within a few months, her energy improved dramatically and her digestion settled. And her inflammatory markers began to normalize. Her body was finally getting the right signals. Fermented foods introduce beneficial bacteria to your gut. These bacteria, in turn, produce helpful compounds like short-chain fatty acids. Think of these as tiny chemical messengers that communicate directly with your immune system and the cells lining your gut. They help keep that gut lining strong, preventing unwanted substances from leaking into your bloodstream and triggering wider inflammation. So, the habit for number 4, incorporate 1 to 2 servings of naturally fermented foods daily. Look for unpasteurized options like plain live culture yogurt or kefir, real sauerkraut, kimchi, or miso. The key is live and active cultures on the label. Your synergy tip here: pair your fermented foods with prebiotic-rich foods. These are fibers that feed the good bacteria you're introducing. Think garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, or even slightly green bananas. It's like a 5-star meal for your beneficial gut microbes. Number 4 is powerful, but number 3 gets your entire system moving in a way that actively discourages abnormal cell growth. And if you're finding this information valuable, please take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. Your support helps us reach more people who need these critical evidence-based health insights. Now, number 3 is walking. But not just any walking. I'm talking about brisk walking, purposeful, brisk walking that scientists now refer to as metabolic movement. Here's why it's so critical after 50. Cancer cells in general have a different metabolism than healthy cells. They tend to be very efficient at using glucose or sugar as their primary fuel. They're not as good at using oxygen. When you walk briskly, you do 2 remarkable things. First, you help your muscles take up glucose from your bloodstream, effectively lowering circulating sugar levels. Second, you increase oxygen delivery throughout your body. You are, quite literally, creating an environment that is less hospitable to cancer. You're reducing their preferred fuel and increasing something they don't use efficiently. Think of it like this. If cancer cells are an unwanted guest who only drinks soda, you're cutting off the soda supply and filling the house with fresh, clean water instead. Research consistently shows the power of regular physical activity in reducing cancer risk. Large meta-analyses from organizations like the American Cancer Society have highlighted how consistent, moderate physical activity can substantially lower the risk of common cancers, like colon, breast, and lung cancer. These are not minor reductions. These are significant shifts in probability, but there's an aging-specific angle here that most people miss. After 60, the tiny powerhouses inside your cells, called mitochondria, become less efficient. This impacts your energy, yes, but it also impacts your cellular health. Brisk walking is one of the most effective ways to stimulate your body to create new, healthy mitochondria. It's like getting an upgrade to your cellular power grid. So, what is metabolic walking? It's not a leisurely stroll. It's 30 to 45 minutes of continuous walking, 5 days a week, at a pace where you can talk. But you'd find it a bit difficult to sing. You should feel your heart rate elevate slightly, and your breathing deepen. I remember Robert, a 72-year-old retired teacher. From Seattle, he came to me after a cancer scare during a routine colonoscopy. He was terrified, he was sedentary, and his diet was inconsistent. We started metabolic walking, just 30 minutes, 5 days a week, alongside some dietary adjustments. His 2-year follow-up colonoscopy was completely clear. His oncologist noted a dramatic improvement in his overall health markers. Robert told me he felt like he was walking himself back to health. He was right. He was literally rebuilding his cellular defenses. Your synergy tip: aim to do your brisk walk in the morning, ideally outdoors. Not only does this pair beautifully with your morning hydration, but morning sunlight exposure helps. Regulate your circadian rhythm, which in turn orchestrates your immune system's daily activities. These habits build on each other. Number 3 is foundational. But number 2 dives deep into how specific foods can directly activate your body's internal defense mechanisms. This is truly fascinating science. Here we go. Number 2. Number 2 is a compound, or rather, a family of compounds, found in a very specific type of vegetable, the cruciferous family. We're talking about broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, and particularly broccoli sprouts. The star player here is sulforaphane. Now, why does sulforaphane matter so much for cancer prevention after 50? Because it interacts with your DNA like a skilled conductor leading an orchestra. Inside every cell, you have a master switch, a genetic pathway called NRF2. Think of NRF2 as the head of security for your DNA. When activated, it triggers hundreds of protective genes. These genes are responsible for detoxification, neutralizing harmful free radicals, and repairing damaged DNA before it can mutate and become a problem. Here's the critical aging-specific tragedy. Your NRF2 activity naturally declines by a significant amount as you get older, especially after 50. It's like your DNA's security team goes on extended vacation. Sulforaphane effectively sends a wake-up call to that NRF2 pathway, telling your body to reactivate defenses. Research from Johns Hopkins University, a leader in sulforaphane research, shows how these compounds can powerfully activate these protective pathways. Studies linked consumption to lower risk of bladder and lung cancers. And perhaps the most remarkable aspect? Some research suggests sulforaphane can even target cancer stem cells. These are the persistent, insidious cells that often evade treatment and are responsible for cancer recurrence. Think of them as the generals of the cancer army. You can defeat the soldiers, but if the generals survive, they can rebuild the army. Sulforaphane aims for the generals. But here's the crucial detail most people get wrong about broccoli. Sulforaphane isn't just sitting there in the raw vegetable, it's formed through a chemical reaction. When you chew or chop it, activating an enzyme called myrosinase. And here's the problem. Cooking cruciferous vegetables above a certain temperature, like boiling them, destroys that myrosinase. Meaning, your beautifully cooked broccoli might deliver very little active sulforaphane. The practical solution: lightly steam your cruciferous vegetables. Steam for no more than 3 to 4 minutes, until they're bright green and slightly tender, but still have a bit of a bite. Or, even better, chop your broccoli and let it sit for about 40 minutes before cooking. This allows the myrosinase to work. For the highest dose, consider adding raw broccoli sprouts to your diet. They contain up to 50 times more sulforaphane precursors than mature broccoli. Your synergy tip for number 2, boost sulforaphane by adding a pinch of raw mustard seed powder or a slice of raw radish to your cooked cruciferous vegetables. Both contain myrosinase, helping to activate compounds lost in cooking. It's an extra spark. Number 2 is incredibly potent, but the single most impactful daily habit for cancer prevention after 50 happens when you're completely unconscious. This is where most people get blindsided. This is the one. Number 1 is sleep. But I'm not just talking about getting enough hours. I'm talking about specific, deep, restorative sleep that actively builds and repairs your body's anti-cancer defenses. After 50, your relationship with sleep changes dramatically. Your body produces less melatonin, the hormone that guides you to sleep. Your deep sleep stages shrink. Stress, lack of routine, or even just the evening news can easily disrupt your sleep architecture. And here's the hidden danger. Poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It's like leaving the back door of your house unlocked every night. During deep sleep, your body repairs. Your brain activates its unique waste clearance system, known as the glymphatic system, literally flushing out cellular debris and toxins. More importantly, for cancer prevention, your immune system is reset. Your natural killer cells, the frontline soldiers whose specific job is to identify and destroy abnormal or cancerous cells, are most active. And here's the absolute critical point. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, is also a powerful antioxidant that, independent of its sleep-inducing effects, directly inhibits tumor angiogenesis, meaning it blocks cancer from building new blood vessels to grow and spread. But as I mentioned, melatonin production significantly declines with age. If you're over 65, you may be producing a fraction of what you once did. A groundbreaking study published in Cancer Research underscored this, detailing how proper sleep orchestrates a symphony of anti-cancer mechanisms. Conversely, chronic sleep disruption, like night shift work, has even been classified as a probable human carcinogen. That's how serious sleep is. I think of Eleanor, a wonderful 71-year-old retired nurse from Arizona. For years, she prided herself on needing only 5-6 hours of sleep. But she was exhausted, and her immune panels showed suppressed killer cell activity. We worked on a sleep recalibration protocol, a consistent bedtime and wake time, absolute darkness in her bedroom, a cooler room temperature, and a strict no screens 90 minutes before bed rule. Within a few months, her sleep duration increased to 7.5 hours, and her natural killer cell count improved dramatically. Her oncology team was astonished. She told me she hadn't felt so clear-headed and energetic since her 40s. The research is clear. Adults over 60 who consistently get 7 to 8.5 hours of high-quality sleep in a proper environment have significantly lower rates of cancer mortality compared to those sleeping less. This isn't a minor variable. This is a switch. This is a master switch for your health. To optimize your sleep for cancer protection, implement these non-negotiables. First, set a consistent bedtime and wake time, even on weekends. Your circadian rhythm thrives on predictability. Second, create absolute darkness in your bedroom. Light exposure, even minimal, can disrupt melatonin production. Cover glowing electronics. Third, keep your room cool, ideally between 65 and 68 degrees. Body temp needs to drop. And finally, establish a digital sunset. Stop all bright screens, phones, tablets, TV, at least 90 minutes before bed. These devices emit blue light that tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Here's your synergy tip. Combine sleep optimization with morning sunlight exposure from habit number 3. Getting bright light, first thing in the morning, signals your brain that the day has begun, which actually strengthens your evening melatonin surge. The two habits, working in tandem, create a powerful rhythm that reinforces your body's natural defenses. Now, as we close, I want to leave you with this powerful message. You are not too old for prevention. The science doesn't have an expiration date. Whether you're 55 or 85, whether you've had health scares or you're simply planning for a vibrant future, your body retains an incredible capacity to heal, defend, and regenerate when you give it what it needs. These 5 habits are conditions. Morning hydration, daily fermented foods, metabolic walking, sulforaphane-rich cruciferous vegetables, and deep, restorative sleep are not exotic protocols. They are the fundamental conditions your biology was designed to thrive in. They cost almost nothing. They require no prescription, And every single morning you get a fresh opportunity to begin. Your independence, your quality of life, your ability to be fully present for the people you love. That is worth a glass of water, walking, healthy food, and a consistent bedtime. Don't let anyone tell you it's too late. The research says otherwise, and so do I. If this video helped you, please subscribe to this channel and share it with someone you care about. A family member, a friend, a neighbor. You could be giving them the gift of control over their health. Every week, we dive deep into science-backed strategies for aging well. And now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 habits are you committed to starting first? And what has been your biggest challenge when it comes to getting good sleep? Leave your answer in the comments. I read every single one. Protect your nights, protect your days, and I'll see you in the next video.